Good evening. I hope you're all doing really, really good. And I have been getting a nudge to come on live and ask you this evening, are you surviving or are you thriving in life? And it was one of the topics that we really delved into the deep layers of it on our leadership retreat in my recent trip to Bali. And I really wanted to come on and just share some of my thoughts around it that hopefully may help you to really acknowledge and to really feel into it. Are you surviving each day or are you thriving in this life that you have been given? When I speak about surviving, I'm speaking that you're feeling that life is working against you, that you are really operating from a lack mindset, that you are maybe struggling in the day, you're struggling to find the good in every day of your life. And that's what I mean by surviving. You just basically, you're getting up, you're repeating the process, you just survive and you don't feel that there's any thriving happening for you at all. And then when I speak about thriving, the thriving mindset is where you have abundance, you have enough of more than enough that you want to do really good in the world. And what I do see on reflecting on this is that there's many layers to surviving and there's many layers to thriving. And when I share my main talk, which is a journey from stuck to unstoppable, it's exactly what I'm sharing here this evening. It's all from that mindset of just surviving, of actually at parts when I really reflect back now of probably possibly believing that I was thriving, but I wasn't fully there. And each and every day when you do feel like you are thriving, there's still more layers to go. There's still more scope for growth. There's still more scope for expansion, you know. And when I share my story, when you're in that survive mindset, when you're in that survive mind, it can be a very lonely place. It can be a very difficult place. Emotions will be very off balance. You'll be feeling all those feels. And when you're in that place, the way you react to life, it's more than likely that you will be reacting to life. You'll be reacting to challenges that you face, and it can be a very difficult place to be. If you are coming on live, please do say hello, drop a hello in the comments, and let me know that you're with me. But it can be a very difficult place to be. And if you're already on that kind of lower frequency, and then you are given a challenge your way in life, then you haven't got the tools ready to how you're going to really cope with that. So I created the 5 steps to unstoppable you, which was really transformational for me. It's under construction at the moment. It's going to be coming very soon, because this was the foundation for me to really be able to go to survive, to thrive. And as I said, there's many layers, and you'll see that yourself as you go along. But you know, have you had enough of being in that survival? And when you really can see that you are just surviving, that you are feeling that you're lacking in life, that you haven't got enough. And one of the areas that really fascinated me on the trip to Bali, which was the most incredible trip, and I have so much to share. I really have so much to share. And what really fascinated me was that when we went to our retreat, which was in the heart of Bali, it was about a 3-hour drive from the airport, was that there was all those men and women, obviously, but I connected with a lot of women out there. And I asked them, you know, what makes you happy? What brings you happiness? And it just absolutely blew me away, because here we have women in Bali that in one respect they're just surviving because they just have their basic needs and nothing else. But in another respect, they're thriving because they have this beautiful happiness about them. That they're living in a space of gratitude each and every day. And it just really blew my mind being in a different country and watching these women operate from such a beautiful higher space. Yet when on that drive, I can see the conditions that they live in. I can see it as an overpopulated place possibly to live, full of mopeds, mopeds, and they were nearly laughing at me because I was nearly freaking out because on these mopeds there's not just one person, there's like four persons, including possibly a baby at the front of the moped. And but they're getting on with it and they're actually very, very happy, so that really has created a different thought process in my mind, because the difference that I believe when I come back home here again to Ireland is that, we have so much accessibility. We really have so much accessibility to really anything that we want in life if we want to go out and get it enough within ourselves, and if you are listening into my live tonight and you are feeling stuck, you are just in that survival mode that you can't really see forward to your future vision, then it's really about, are you going to commit? Are you going to commit to creating change in your life? Because one of the huge learnings that I have got over this last while is, and this would be probably been going on for quite a number of years, I've had this learning, this teaching, is that no one's coming to save you. No one is going to come and change anything for you. And when I really reflect on I got a personal invitation for Bali. And I was so, so grateful, so grateful. I'd been working with this lady behind the scenes for a while, and her knowledge, her wisdom was like blowing me away. And even in that moment, I had opportunities. I had a choice to either survive and think of all the reasons of why I couldn't go to Bali, and it's quite far away. It was quite a long distance away, so I could have just like survived and thought, you know what, there's too much going against me. I had to sort out the children, and my husband was at home, and it was a long way to go. However, I just thought, there's a reason why I've been invited. There's a reason why within it feels so right for me to go. And if I have enough courage and look at how I can make this happen instead of not making it happen, then I can actually thrive from this situation. And I actually can't begin to share with you all how much has shifted, what I have took from that, and what things will move like going forward. And I'm so, so excited. But my wish for not just myself is for everyone is to go into that stage where they're thriving in life. And it can be in many areas. It can be in your home life, it can be in your business life, it can be, I think the most important part is to thrive within first, because once you start to thrive within first, that's when the magic starts to happen. And how can you do this? Well, I do have coming very soon my renewed, refreshed freebie, which I can't wait to share with you all. So just keep tuned in. And this is really the key foundation for me when I go back 8 years ago even. The part I probably struggled with most, but was a really key area for me, and that was all around gratitude. And I have been on a huge journey with gratitude, and I'll be going into more details and sharing that with you, because for my mind, the way I operated with all those years of perfectionism and the voice being so strong, then it was going to be a huge challenge for me to overcome. So I believe if I've overcome it with having that strong, strong voice within my mind and them traits of perfectionism, that anybody can overcome that part. And the beauty about gratitude, one of the most beautiful parts about gratitude is that if we think of survive and thrive, when we have fear and then we have gratitude, they don't live together. They can't be on the same vibration. They can't be on the same level. So this is why gratitude is so, so important. And it can actually bring you on much faster and much further than you'll ever really see, and believe. And you'll start to, I feel there's many, many levels to gratitude. There's many levels to everything we're doing. And I have so much to share, because the more that I have give myself the stillness, the space, which I've given myself quite a lot of space from the release of Unstoppable Stories back in February, so much has shifted and so much has happened. And I've got very strong messages to share with the world, because I feel that for myself personally, that reaching this milestone of emotional peace within myself, there's nothing else for me to do now but to thrive in the world and to take up space and to really go in and serve the purpose that I'm here to do. So I would like for you just to really reflect on that question for yourself. Are you surviving? Are you in that lack mindset that kind of like today's just another day? Here we go again. I'll never have this. I'll never have that. I'll never be able to do this. You know, are you stuck in that survive mindset? Or are you starting to get glimpses? Or maybe you are in that thrive mindset and you are thriving at the moment. And if you are, that is incredible. And my message to you is that to be aware, and even for myself, you know, there is many, many more layers to come. You know, you think you get to a point, you're like, yes, I've got this, I've finally got this. And then you're like, oh my goodness, there's another layer. And that was one of the areas that really shown up for me on the retreat in Bali, that there is so many more layers to go. And I always say that each and every day I'm on this planet, that I will be learning. Each day is a learning opportunity. So ask yourself that question. Stay tuned for my freebie that's coming very, very soon. I do believe it's the foundation to so much for so many people, and it will be a pathway for emotional peace once you start to follow a process. And my mind has really been blown with how many people have benefited from practices that can be overlooked yet so important. And some people can be like far on the journey and in very, very high level jobs, but these kind of foundations are just missing, you know, and they are key components in every area of business, life, workplace, leadership, all over. So ask yourself the question, are you surviving or are you thriving? Stay tuned for more, and I hope you have a beautiful evening or day wherever you are in the world.